Anyway, keeping this in mind, let us go to the next question. The next question is about another big confusing regulation number 41, earthing. All of you probably are aware that whenever it comes to earthing, we are making a kind of, the two earth electrode for neutral of a transformer, two earth electrode for DG, body separate, and all these things. And people always try to refer that this is as per regulation 41. Now, I would like to invite again this time Appavoo sir and James Kuttiji for making the answer, how to read and understand it. Over to you, Appavoo sir. Regulation number 41.
Actually,
sir, let us make
41.
Answer. Sir, let us make our answer very specific to low voltage installation.
Okay. Regulation 41 is applicable for installation not exceeding 650 volt. So we are using the phrases not exceeding 650, less than 250. So these are all the cumbersome thing, because this my humble request to the CA is to define the installation LT.
Sorry to interrupt you. I would like to add one more point. The 650 volt has been, I think, in the new upcoming regulation, it will be changed to 1000 volt AC, as per the, worldwide, all nations are following the same thing, 1000 volt AC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is going to change whether replaced by the 650 650 to the 1000 volt.
Oh, fine. And then it's nice. Actually, then this is the regulation 41 is applicable for installation less than 650. So it states, but it states the generating station and substation as well, because you can read the regulation 41. It states, just read out.
The last sentence of the sub-regulation 1 says generating station and substation.
Yes,
so
regulation 1 says, regulation 1 says minimum of 2 different earth electrodes or such large number. Also at the generating station or the substation. So these are the things that people are getting confused. 125 exceeding 125 volt and less, not exceeding 650 volt. Then generating station, substation, and 2 different electrodes. These are all the things that what people are getting confused. They think that each and everything requires 2 different electrodes, and it is applied for all the universally. It is applied because regulation 41 provides the most of the provisions of earthing. It's a very good regulation. It provides most of the provisions of earthing. The important thing is the sub-regulation 15. It states that insists touch and step potential limitation and equipotential bonding. So I don't think that touch and step potential limitations are being exhaustively done in the case of LT installations or domestic premises. And you can see the sub-regulation 15B, which specifically insists that the earthing system should be limited to sufficiently low to permit adequate fault current for the operation of protected devices in time. That is, the fault current should not make the touch potential exceeded. Even if it exceeds, it should be limited. So the duration of existence of a threshold value of what do you call the touch potential is the criteria. That is a generic provision that can be looked into. Hence, 2 separate and distinct earth connection must be treated as a stipulation for redundancy and integrity. So we think that we provide 2 earth electrodes for everything. People insist 2 earth electrodes for a lift and 2 earth electrodes for the distribution board. It all depends upon the configuration, whether, as already stated, whether TNS or TT, and providing equipotential bond or for lightning protection, everything. There are earth electrodes, but we will not insist to earth electrode for each and every places invariably. So in my opinion, the 2 separate and distinct earth connection doesn't mean to provide more number of earth electrodes. It is for a stipulation of redundancy and to maintain integrity in the Indian scenario. Because if you insist to earth connections, then at least one will be there. So it will also ensure equipotential bonding and enhanced equipment. I don't think there is no harm in providing two separate and distinct earth connections, but it is misconstrued. So ultimately the purpose is to afford safety, and hence the entire regulation which are reproduced in IR 56 amendment during 83 to 87. These are the things that has been brought in the year 83 to 87. It should be modified with reference to the latest trend available now. I hope the present amendment is suggested in a beautiful way, addressing all these systems. We hope it can be put before the table before the all CAGs, and CA can come out with complete revamping of this regulation 41 with reference to latest trend, and besides avoiding safety. The generic provision is okay. You should not compromise this as a step and potential, and the fault clearing device should actuate within that time. This is in such a way the earthing resistance should be provided, should be our configuration earthing should be addressed. This is a general thing. I don't expect the regulation can provide all the standards with the sketches, everything. That should be referred. You should be at liberty to do your design. The purpose should not be defeated. You should not permit more step potential, and you should not permit the circuit to be operated beyond a particular limitation of time, which is detrimental to the safety of person as well as equipment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Mr. Mukul. You have to unmute.
Yes, sir. So all the things, sir, which I have spoken right now, Appavoo sir. Actually, the intent was that only, to reproduce that thing again. Actually, it was in the IS 3043 earlier also, and was reproduced at the time of 1980s. So just to put the emphasis for this, the importance of redundancy and integrity thing, so we have reproduced the same. Now we are actually modified the regulation 41 a lot, and we have made simplified it, and in our draft you are going to see, like, it will come in like in the next month or so. So you are going to see that all this thing has been taken away, this two distinct connection and separate connection, all those things have been taken away, and it has been simply made as like the things should be as per IS 3043. But what my observation is that, like, a day before yesterday, I went for the inspection, and what I see that in the installations, basically there was a small transformer, and there was fastening point for the tank body on the both side. But what the people are practicing there, they are just fastening only the one end for the earthing, the rest, the other end, which is by default there in the material supplied, they are not fastening it. So this kind of practice should be inculcated anywhere in the low voltage installation also. But I don't know why people are not following. If it was there in the regulation, then it could have been like clearly seen by them, and they could have followed that. So
thank you very much, Mr. Mukul. I hope you answered. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, sir. It was a mistake from my side. Anyway, we have a lot of questions to answer further. To conclude this particular part, of course, the new regulation is having a lot of changes, which is simplifying the whole regulation. Of course, two distinct and separate connections are good to ensure redundancy, but the regulation is not asking for two separate earth electrodes for neutral or for body and all. These has to be done as per the system like TNS, TT or so.